it that you had found quarters. And but before you check out the Mage College, you wanted to visit the wife of Greg Dang It, who died defending the prince and told you to tell his wife that he loved her. And so now let's recall the time of day. You went to the council, the Council of the Blooded in the morning. It was about at 10 or 11. And then you ran back to the castle and fought the queen. So you'd be done by about 11:30. Then you messed with her room. Couldn't be later than 12:30 or 1 by the time you make your decision at 1 or 1:30 here. So, and where are you? Did you leave the council chambers to finish your discussion, or are they still arguing in front of you?
I feel like we would have left.
Yeah, so maybe you're standing in the hallway outside the chambers, and sounds like you have a direction. So I will shut my mouth and see what happens.
All right. So, Roland, do you know where Moria Dang It actually lives?
No, I don't. I haven't spoken with Greg for a while after we split some time ago. And I don't know where they went.
Right.
So I guess we'll need to figure out a way to find out. Maybe someone in the Massover household can tell us.
I'm gonna say that you remember.
Ah, okay.
Um, you haven't you let's say you have an idea. If you haven't talked to them in a while, you think that they could be at a place that you heard that they might live from someone else. So it could be correct.
Do I know the name of this place?
Uh, it's a house that is not in the chop. It's sort of to the south of the chop, like nearer, closer to the docks. So I will show you on a map. Get my get my sharing, get my sharing going here, and make sure I don't show you any secrets here.
Gotta look for secrets.
You know that they live in that they might have moved to this area. Um, the chop is very run down and full of beggars and thieves and hardworking people. Uh, However, this little section right here, the water break, is a little bit more middle class and a little bit safer. And it has a nice view of the river. And you are aware that they had a house in there. He had lived there a long time ago with his mother. He moved away, and then you had heard that he might have gone back there after you two parted ways. So that's your best
Okay.
guess.
So in that case, well, I do remember that Greg and Moria lived between the river and the chops. Last time I knew, I have no idea if they still live there or not. So my best bet would be to head over there see if they still live in the area. And if they don't, I'm guessing we'll find somebody who knows.
Yes.
Yeah, we can always talk to one of their neighbors and see where they moved if they moved.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
would be my best best bet. So why don't we just head over there and get it over with?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's get this show on the road. So you leave the castle currently in political turmoil, nobles jousting for power among their ranks, the prince attempting to cling to tenuous grasp on the throne, Mussover both backing him up and perhaps angling for his own piece of the pie. The castle with the Queen's guards and the Mussover guards settling in to protect the prince. And you head south on the main thoroughfare past the Nobles' Quarter, where the varying compounds of the different groups are, vast tracts of land. And you soon find yourself among more middle-class housing, and then the travelers district, where it is definitely lunchtime. A lot of people are in taverns getting served, a lot of travelers from distant lands. You see people in the rakish cut of the clothing of Rocinante, people, some traveling tabaxi who look rather monkish, probably from Parvus, some gnomes, people outside enjoying their food, past a shopping district. It looks rather hoity-toity. And you begin to cross the bridge, seeing the ships docked and being unloaded in the distance as you get closer to the water break, the neighborhood that you expect, hope that Moria might be in. And why don't you, Rollin, why don't you give me a survival check to see how well you remember where this street might be, the
Sure.
particular street.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't know specifically in your mind like the address or exactly where it'll be, but you're drawn to it by your embedded memories. You just feel your way there, you know the way to walk, and it's pretty easy to get there. So the walk from the castle to this house takes about 2 hours. Is there anything that Rollin might relay to the group about his relationship with Greg or Moria that he might share?
Yeah, I would tell a little bit about his relationship. He isn't quick to share stuff with people he doesn't know, so he doesn't delve into the relationship too deep. So he would go like, yeah, Greg and I and several others were brothers in arms during the War of Succession and the War of the Continent all those years back. And we spent a lot of time together huddling around the campfires and fighting our wars together with several other men, which we had a good relationship with, a close bond. He doesn't share who at that point. He keeps that to himself. But yeah, he goes a little bit. He touches on several little things, but he mostly keeps the deep stuff, the important stuff to himself.
Nice. Quite interesting. So you two have been through quite a few battles.
We
I'm
have,
actually
yes,
surprised y'all lived that long. I heard the fights were quite ruthless in the War of the Succession. Succession.
they were. We spent a lot of time behind enemy lines in kind of a guerrilla type of warfare,
Hmm.
harassing these supply lines and doing awful things.
Hmm.
But that's what happens during war times.
Yes. I I must admit I've never been in a war myself. Only more like dogfights and actual fights with dogs. That is all I've experienced so far. It's quite quite nice to talk to someone who's actually been in a hectic situation like that. Like, would you say that going with the moment or having a plan and going in is the best in something in a battle of that magnitude? That is something I did wonder about because I've heard a lot of controversy on this. What is your personal experience?
Well, my personal experience obviously is that I just go head on, don't think, rush into it, kind of like that. Whereas my comrades liked to plan stuff a bit more. We're careful about how to go about things. Whereas back in those days, uh, really lost myself a little bit when the battle started. Uh, so yeah, it's a bit of both, I guess, in that regard. Yeah,
I understand. Thank you.
no problem.
Cazador, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I will say, although I did not serve personally, I was around during the War of the Continent. You
Oh, you
have,
were?
yeah,
No. What?
I am ageless. I am not of a, what do you expect a body to age over time?
Well,
I I was around then.
I apologize, but you just look so. Well, when I look at you, Crash, and you're not like okay. So the only time I've seen you with your ward is when a
Hmm,
fireball happens, which has only been two.
right.
You look fairly young. My brain just does not register this.
All right, Cazador, I want you to think real quick.
Okay,
What
okay.
would an old tabaxi look like?
An old tabaxi would look like my grandma's cat, just fluffy, big, huge eyes, move kind of fast when they're hungry, but slow in everything else. They would have a few gray hairs every now and again, especially in their ears. They would look quite. Hmm, I would assume that their fur would be like a lot softer because it might be a lot more thin, but that's just me. That's just my personal thing. I have no numbers to back this up.
I suppose all that's accurate. That was mostly just to say, like,
Oh, oh,
I don't know. I feel like it's no, no. I mean, yeah, that sounds Right. I don't know. It just seems like my guess was that you just. I mean, I was young when I died, but I don't know. I'm a relatively weathered soul.
Hmm. And you know what? You've actually brought up a good point. I never thought about it before, but when someone dies, their corpse actually does not age. It literally just stays.
Yeah, corpse didn't age.
I've never thought about this before.
Mhm.
Kind of disheartening, but true nonetheless.
Hold
Yeah.
up. Did you
Huh?
just say you die?
Oh, right.
Oh
You're
yeah,
new.
you didn't know.
Yeah.
What?
That's a thing.
That's a thing. Yeah, I know it's
I
a thing you can die, but what?
uh hold on. What's the easiest way? Here, I don't know. Do you want to see? I'd feel rude
uh
to divulge something
No.
so proud. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't. If I were you, I wouldn't want to see under all this, but yeah, I am the Walking Dead.
trademark.
I
Okay.
can say that. I'm
Yes.
allowed.
I'm looking very confused at the moment.
All right, all right.
What are you talking about? I don't
Shit,
get
I
it.
gotta. Okay, okay. Hold on. Can I stab myself with the? I just need to take 2 points of damage real quick.
I mean, you can roll the damage die from your dagger.
I'll just stab myself with my claws because it's a D4.
Oh,
Yeah,
smart.
There you go.
just in case you roll a 4. Although, okay, you're trying to get rid
3. I'm just trying to get rid of my ward. Yeah. Okay. So I take
of.
1 point of real damage. Okay. So I'll describe this in a second. Um. Okay. So Crash, kind of scrapes at her face, which is like metal, and kind of carbon. And it sort of severs and splits open, and the metal that you now realize is not her, but simply encompasses her, falls away, revealing the figure of, let me pull up my description. Everything looks, so most strikingly, a cat-like skull is the is under the face, which would be a sort of newer addition for Kaz and Miki. Um, it weirdly looks a little more similar to the metal, like it looks maybe like it's cast in metal, like it shines the same as her ward that breaks away. But she does have sort of matted gray fur. The place where her right arm has been severed is a like open wound. It's not bleeding, it's just this kind of unhealed, like pink flesh. Um, in places, her fur is thin enough that you can see like black veins kind of pulsing with what you might assume to be more of that sort of metallic magic. Um, yeah, that's Crash under her ward. Her clothes and equipment are all the same.
Okay. Rana doesn't know what to say. He just goes a little bit like, what? That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. What
As
what
Well,
for
happened to you?
uh, I died a number of years ago. Let me fix this real quick. I'm gonna ambiently cast shield again to just put it back up for aesthetic's sake. The ward kind of shifts and reforms around me as I cast a spell. Um, I yeah. I mean, do you want to know specifically? I don't know. I died when I was in, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I died when I was younger. And I was able to sort of pull myself from a space of limbo by drawing on my abjurative magic to hold myself in place. I don't know. Do you need to know any more?
No, that's fine. Thanks
No
for
worries.
sharing.
I mean, I'd be happy to share, divulge any, of course. It's just, I don't know, it's something of a grotesque story, and I only meant to be clear about information.
That's fine. Thanks.
Yes, kind of like a trust exercise. I like it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes. And is the skull new? Kezar looks over at Mickey. I don't remember seeing that before
I think that's
in the dungeon.
yeah, it's not, we didn't see that in the dungeon. I think that may be left over from the fireball.
Hmm,
What?
that makes sense.
What are y'all talking about?
What? What are you talking about?
You your your skull face, it wasn't a skull before, when we were in the dungeon. I guess it's just leftover damage from the queen's fight, I guess.
I have a skull face?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
it was a lot more, I guess, furry, like a lot more, like not bone, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Uh, yeah, I feel fine. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, if you feel fine, that's perfectly okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, certainly.
You know what? A thought just crossed my mind. I am actually kind of perplexed by you, Crash. I don't understand. Like, okay, so you died and then came back,
Uh-huh.
but you didn't go the necromancy or lich path. You went a completely different path of, what is it, abjuration? I've seen a lot.
Abjuration, yeah.
Yes. And yes, that it just now clicked in my mind that that is a unique path to go at that point. I personally would probably, well, no, I would have stuck with Blade Song because my wife, but still, it 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 did take me off guard now. And I was just wondering, is there a specific reason as to why you didn't go the lich or necromancy more path of this?
Well, it's not like it was intentional. I mean,
Oh,
there, yeah, there was a draw to abjuration
hmm.
in those moments, and I when it happened, it was like it was less me, it was less drawn on something that was it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like I wanted to live. It was that I needed to keep existing. I needed to be moving rather than animate, you know?
Yes.
Like liches are like, I fear the end, so I'm gonna kill a bunch of people and be spooky. But I was like, I don't know, there was this moment where I knew I couldn't let myself fall because it would mean the end for a lot of people,
Mm,
if that helps.
yes. I thank you.
Hmm? Also, this is semantic. Necromancy is 100% transmutation.
It's just
Well,
transmutation
it's just
with extra
evil
steps.
transmutation. Look, why is
Yeah.
animate objects different from animate dead? It's the same thing. Crash goes on a diatribe about necromancy.
So as you're all talking, Crash, when you reveal your your
Oh
metallic
no.
phase, Basnik turns into a horse and rides away.
Shit, sorry.
No.
Because we scooped him.
You spooked him.
But you get the feeling he'll come back. Who knows?
He always comes back.
You get the feeling he'll come back, but he rides away,
Yeah, he's like a boomerang.
gallops away, and you also hear somebody on the street go when you do that. But you put it back pretty quickly, and I'm sure no one's going to believe that person's tale.
Did you roll for it? I can't believe it.
We have a lich amongst us.
It's just an illusion.
Have you
So,
heard word of the heroes of the kingdom?
You make it to this street, and while you all have been talking, Rollin leads you up to a house that is very close to the water. There are a number of 2- and 3-story clapboard houses that run along the riverbanks, the muddy, grassy street, and the weather is like an early mid-December, or sorry, an early mid-September in the south of the US, so kind of sticky and humid. Still, beginning to turn into fall a little bit, sort of early September. And Rollin, you lead the group to the front of this wooden house. It's painted a sort of a dull green peeling paint. Looks like the house has been there for a long time. It's got a couple floors to it, and yeah, you all are standing in front of it.
Okay. If my memory serves me right, I believe this was the place that Greg and Moria lived. So I guess we'll just knock on the door and see who opens. And I go bouncing on the door, see if anyone answers.
All right. Yeah, you knock on the door, and you don't hear anything after you knock. You're waiting a moment, and you're not hearing much.
Is there a window at the front of the house we could peek through, or?
Yeah, there are a couple windows facing the street. They're dirty and clouded, clouded thick glass, very clear glass is not really available. But you can take a look inside if you like.
Yeah, sure.
All right, give me a perception roll, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you despite the cloudy window, you can make out a bit of a living room, a rug, a chair with a multicolored blanket on it, and you see someone sitting in a rocking chair facing away from you. And based on your 24 perception roll, I'm thinking about the eagle thing that lets you see a mile away. Based on the 24 perception roll, you realize that this is an older woman that did not hear the knock on the door. Probably Greg's mother.
Okay. Do I know the name? Oh, I think I know the name, but
Yeah. Yeah, you know her name is Grenta.
Brenta,
Renta.
dang it.
okay. I knock on the window and I shout her name. Brenta, is that you? And I knock again.
All right,
She replies.
I'm gonna roll perception for her with disadvantage, and she's got a -2.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 1 and a 4. She does not hear you.
If
Negative
you
one.
wish, Raylan, I can message.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Why not? Just
Okay,
try to be gentle.
absolutely. Cazador is going to cast a cantrip message while pointing. Like, can he also see her through the window?
Mhm.
Like, okay. Um, right to Greta. And he's going to say,
Brenta.
hey, I think I hear a knock at the door. And then he's just gonna stop.
You're gonna whisper into her head, I think I
Yeah,
knock at the door.
yeah. Maybe she'll think it's her voice or something.
All
That's so intense.
Well, I don't want to like she's in the quiet of her own home, and like some random guy is just like open your door.
I
Um,
I have message. Can we do the sound?
Yes, you could be your conscience as well.
So this is what you see inside the room. You see
The granny walk.
and she appears to be walking over to the door.
Oh,
Yeah. And so she opens the door and looks out at you all and says, "Ah, not today." And goes to shut the door again.
Wait, why?
We're not selling anything.
I quickly put out my hand to stop her from closing the door.
ma'am, this is of your son?
Please, I mean no harm.
Who do you think we are?
I don't know, but you're trying to get into my house.
We want to see you. We're visitors.
What?
Right? Isn't that like, okay.
Who
I feel like
are you?
We're here for your daughter-in-law, about your son, Greg, with 2 G's. Greg.
Yes, yes, Greg. He's a fine young man, serving his country well, very brave.
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy, my Greg, yes.
Do you know where your daughter-in-law is, Moria?
What?
Do you know where Moria is?
Of course. You?
Well, we have news for both of you that isn't quite the best.
Oh, well, mm, who are you people?
Uh, we're friends of Greg.
Oh, my son's friends. Uh, you don't mean any harm, do you?
No.
No,
No.
No, we
ma'am.
don't.
You look familiar.
It's
He
me,
says,
Ralan.
Rollin, what?
Do you remember me?
Ah, you look very old, Rollin.
It's been several years last time we met, Granta.
Ah, well,
May
all
we come
right.
in?
Yes, yes, okay. Don't step on the carpet. And she ushers you inside.
Cazador takes off his shoes when he gets inside.
She
I just walk.
she motions you towards a couch and some chairs in the living room. It's kind of a drafty room. You can feel that you're near the water. Of course, the river empties into the ocean nearby, so it feels a bit oceany overall. And little bits of draft coming through. The couch is kind of threadbare, but the rug looks pretty nice. Which is probably why she doesn't want anybody to step on it. There's a little table with a cloth runner on it, and she says, "Oh, sit down. Yes, well, I could get you some tea if you want."
I'm fine, thank you.
Roland, your arms are looking very thick.
I've been working out, that's for sure.
Oh, very impressive, Roland. Very impressive. Yes.
Cazador squeezed the other one. Very impressive, yes.
Do you know where Moria is, Granta? We need to
Oh.
talk to you both.
Of course, she's upstairs in bed.
Would you mind? Well, it's rather odd to ask an old woman to go upstairs, obviously. Would you mind if I go up and see if she's awake?
Well, I suppose. Sure.
Could you perhaps go upstairs and get her down?
Yes. All right. Well, I can't get her down, but I can at least check that she's clothed and such. Hang on.
She walks in a circular motion.
I love the granny walk so much.
It's really good.
He's committing.
He'll come back in like 5 minutes. She's
Yeah.
okay.
He plays the scene by himself.
Let's hope she doesn't fall down the stairs.
Oh no.
Oh, does she have a walking stick?
It just has the memory of one.
The muscle memory.
She's clothed, but she's not very awake. You can go up there, I suppose, Roland.
Thank you. And I stand back up. I get back up and walk towards the stairs.
All right, I'll come with you. And she goes upstairs. Are you all going upstairs, or who's staying downstairs?
Cazador would look at Raylan and he would be like, well, I want to know, I've never done anything like this. Would it be appropriate for me to be there or no? Because you actually know her. And
yes, but you guys were present when it happened.
Okay.
So I guess it's fine.
Okay.
Crash has like tried to sit down, but seems not unconfident, just unsure how to be comfortable in someone else's house. So is like shuffling in place. And the moment Roland is like, "We can go," she like shoots up and stands up and is like, "All right, let's go."
Cazador was uber comfortable because all the sleepovers he had when he was a kid, and with his grandma, it's very, very nostalgic for him. He's just like laying in the chairs and stuff.
I think he's just taking in the old people house with all the
Yeah.
crocheted stuff, like maybe like a tea cabinet in the corner or something.
Yeah. Sees
Nice
that
rug.
one like jar of milk that, or not jug of milk that's expired by 3 years.
Oh no,
Swears it's still good.
no, I hate that. That would smell so bad. No.
Is this the manufacturing date or the expiration? This is so.
Well, it sounds like you all are familiar with this house.
No,
I'm joking.
Oh, we've seen it.
Yeah,
We're
me
there.
too. About the
Um,
milk part. About the milk.
so you all go upstairs. It's a long, kind of steepish wooden staircase. It also has a multicolored runner running down the middle of it. And at the top, there's a landing with a little bit of open space and 3 doors. And she beckons you to one of the doors, and she calls in, Moria, Moria, there's visitors for you, friends of Greg. And she leads you 3 into a room, and the room is kind of simply decorated. There's a bit of a solid looking circular turned legs 4-poster wooden bed. There's a little bit more color in this room. It doesn't feel as old people-y, but it does feel a little like sweaty and unwashed in this room. And Moria is wearing a dark green, almost black flowered dress, and laying on the bed with her eyes closed. She's got dark brownish reddish hair, and looks to be about 40-ish. And she's laying on the bed with her eyes closed and kind of sweating a little bit. And her eyelids flutter, and she takes you all in. Hello? Yes?
Moria, it's me, Ralan.
Rollin. Oh, I haven't seen you in so long, Rollin. What are you doing here?
If something happened, and he gets a dark, gloomy face, and just says, "It's Greg." He stares directly at Moria, but doesn't know what to say. Anything else?
What? And she intuits what you're telling her without you even saying it. And you see her processing it weakly, fragilely on the bed there. No. What?
And Ralan starts to walk over to the bed and tries to console her, comfort her.
What happened? What happened? Who are these people? Tell me.
These people are a group of adventurers on some kind of mission, and
He dead? Was he
the-
killed?
he was killed during a fight in
Protecting
which
the
he tried to
prince.
protect the prince.
Who killed him?
The queen did.
What? What?
And he throws his arms around her,
Mhm.
tries to console her some more, and just goes, "I wasn't there. I wasn't there to help him, but these people were. They know what happened. He tried to help and save them, actually, and gave his life doing so."
I don't understand. The Queen killed Greg? How is that even possible?
There's a
I'm
lot
still,
more
yeah.
to that story, but to cut it short, the queen was corrupted by a demonic force, and she was trying to kill the prince. Uh, Lord Daniel Mussover, he had Greg and another help us out. Well, he sent Greg and another to help us make sure the prince was safe, and there we were ambushed by the queen, and we tried saving him, but sadly, he passed.
And Grenta is listening, taking all this in, and she walks over to Moria and holds Moria as well. And Grenta just cries, old lady tears. Doesn't say any words, but you can tell she's feeling broken.
I just grab her hand as well. With my other hand, actually. And just say, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
And as uh as everyone is holding each other and crying there, you hear another kind of cry coming from somewhere else on the second floor.
How you do it?
Oh, please don't tell me he has a daughter.
Don't you do it?
You hear a baby crying.
You
Oh,
heartless
fuck.
monster.
No.
The combination of having to deal with the emotions of the scene, knowing that their last name is Dang It, and realizing that it was weird to tell someone the day we murdered the queen in an act of like, okay, the queen is dead. That's not the main thing. Just
Greg died.
So you hear another kind of cry coming from upstairs, a baby cry, and Grenta says, "Ah, please excuse me. There's so much to be done around this house." And she starts to leave the room.
Cazador's face, like when he came into the room and Moria started like crying and Greta started crying, his whole demeanor went to like um just went from like comfortable to extremely uncomfortable, like not making eye contact with no one. And then once he heard the baby crying, now he's just like just visibly sad. Um, like just a lot, a lot of nostalgia there in the worst ways. And Cazador would, as soon as Moria stops crying, um, he would say to her without making eye contact, just kind of like that where you're like kind of looking at them, like looking more at like the bed or their body or something like that, but not like their face. He would say to her, I apologize for what happened. I can empathize with you. I've lost my wife and a child. I know the pain is excruciating. If you ever need any kind of financial help or guidance, please, I'm only ever I'd be happy to help. I am very, very, very regretful of what happened. Your man was an honorable and wonderful God. he was entirely selfless. I'm sorry I couldn't help him. I think Kessler is just going to lower his head more.
She turns away from you on the bed and starts coughing. And she
And I ask her, oh, go ahead.
said, "It's too much." Go ahead. It's too much.
What's wrong with you, Moria? What's happening with you?
Wrong. I don't know what I'm gonna do without Greg. It's the palsy, Rollin. The palsy of Kofar.
How did that happen?
All I know is that I have it. If it is a I they don't know if it's something that comes from, they don't know where it comes from, but they know I have it. You know, the healer, she came by and she told me there's nothing in this town that can do anything about it. It's been a year now. I can barely get out of bed. And the pain, like I need it anymore.
And who are we hearing in the room next door? Who's that? Who's crying?
That's Sheben.
Steven?
Uh, you haven't seen Greg for 16 months?
We did, yeah. Or
And
actually, we didn't. Yeah.
as she says this, a little girl comes running into the room. Little teeny tiny girl comes running into the room with Grenta barely chasing her and going and she looks sad even though she doesn't really know what's happening. But then she sees you all. She sees the cat lady and just kind of lights up and comes running over to the cat lady and points at you and goes,
Yeah.
and Grenta chases after her and is like, "Oh, be careful, Sheben, be careful." And this little 16-month-old girl has so much energy and she's just like running around the room. It looks like she's gonna break things or break herself or something. And it's the first time you see Moria smile since you've been in the house. And she smiles and says, "Bring her here." And Granta sort of helps Sheben up on the bed, and Moria hugs her, and little girl's just kind of rolling around on her mom, like horsing around on the bed. And she starts playing peekaboo with her at the sheet.
Roland is looking pretty shocked at this point, not knowing of Sheben. And just goes, I never knew. I didn't know. I haven't seen Greg in a very long time. I didn't know that you guys had a child. and he's just getting more and more sad at this point.
The palsy didn't start till a few months after Sheben came. It's been very hard having to ask Greg's mother to do the bulk of the work. But Greg was telling me he would be returning to Parvus soon to look for the lichen that the healer told us about. He has spent a lot of time there in the past with you, yes?
We did, yeah.
And Granta says, yes, yes, the healer, yes, she told us there's some ways to reduce Moria's pain. Oh, and she can't seem to remember exactly what that is.
In
But
my dreamlike distant memory of Parvus, would I know anything about something like that, like a lichen that could help or aid in this?
do you know where exactly in Parvus you're from?
I didn't specify a lot of that. You can decide that if you want.
I could roll a d4 for the north, south, east, or west, unless
Sure.
you want to.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, that's
about
fine.
you roll it, and
All
one
right.
one will be north, and we'll go around the compass wheel that way.
Oh, cool.
Two.
Yeah, okay, so you're originally from the east of Parvus, so I would say either Sut Swamp or the gunpowder mining area, the saltpeter mines in the far east. What do you think? Which one would you like to be from?
I feel like the saltpeter mines, that sounds neat.
It's a rough area,
That sounds
rough
right.
and rural area. Um, all right. Well, I think the DC will be high on this one, but go ahead and roll me a history check.
Ooh, this will be fun. Okay.
Let's go.
So I actually have a decent add-on for this.
You could do
And I'm gonna
nature
do
survival.
I'm also gonna do knowledge from a past life to add a d6.
Okay.
Oh,
So
let's
Okay.
go.
that's 21.
Yeah.
9 plus 10. Let's go.
All right. So, 21. Yeah. Yeah, you've heard of this lichen that she's talking about. It's known to work on a few different illnesses because it comes from the Abali forest in the north of Parvus near Moncafa, and and Abali forest has some kind of connection with the Feywild. So there are some interesting creatures and plants that grow there. And so you realize when she's talking about a lichen that can help her with the palsy that it's from a Bali forest. And Moria says, yes, we were told that Maiden's Burden could cure it. That grows in the far northeast between the Elvendel and Unskilt. And in the middle north, on the west of Bourgogne, she said, I believe, that the lichen in a Bali forest can prolong my life and remove my pain and maybe even get me walking again. So Greg was going to go there next time he patrolled the border. I don't know how we're going to earn any money. The Musovers were paying Greg handsomely. And Sheben kind of jumps off the bed and bonks her head and starts crying about it. And Grenta picks her up and says, pardon me. And you hear this baby just like, "Woo." You see her very cutely just be like, "Ah!" Like the worst thing in the world happened to her from bonking her head, and they leave the room.
As we're talking about this lichen, I think all of you see Crash kind of like shake her head, and her metallic ears flick, with this like bell sound ringing out, and her eyes kind of glow and flicker for a moment. And she kind of nods to herself. I, I do think we have business that way in some regard. It's a little long ways off. We have some things left to take care of in town, but we are leaving sometime soon. Into Parvus is a place potentially we could travel to.
If you could help, it would be incredible. If I could just stand from this bed, I could help Grenta. Sheben has so much energy, and the only time Grenta gets a rest is when she takes a nap.
Greg Dang It died a brother in arms with us fighting in an important battle. We owe him a lot. We'd be happy to provide support.
Absolutely.
That goes without saying.
Thank you. I can't believe the Queen was my husband. I would never expect that. To hear something like that.
No, this news does have a habit of jumping on you. No, it's not like stories where it's a dark and dreary day. It just comes at any time. And
I'm
please
still
don't
trying
worry.
to wrap my head around it as well.
She says, Rollin, take this. I think Greg would want you to have it. And she sort of rolls over on the bed and reaches under the bed very slowly and carefully, and she pulls out a rolled up leather belt, and she says, I'm sure Greg would want you to have this. Take it with you and remember him. And I'll hope to see you all again with that lichen. I don't know how else I could possibly get it. Maybe you all could pass word to a trader who goes to that region. Or someone will bring Maiden's burden one day. I don't know.
I reach out and accept the leather belt it was.
Uh-huh.
And I just say, of course, we'll see it done. We'll get this done for you. And I strap the belt around. Yeah, that's it.
And as you put it on, you feel like it has some kind of magical properties to it.
Would I know what kind of properties or?
You probably don't, but you can roll Arcana on it.
Let's go.
You do have 3 magic users around you, so sooner or later you'll probably find out.
You want me to roll it? Sorry?
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
looking.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay. Obviously, I don't have any proficiency, but let's go.
Let's get
Nope.
it. So,
Yeah, you don't know what it does, but it's a little sparkly.
Okay.
Something
Well,
magic on there.
I keep it on, and I say to myself something in sort of. I'll ask the guys later.
and Moria, please don't worry about finances. I am of nobility and I share your pain on this subject. I will help you with any financial slack that this have caused.
She says, I can't accept charity.
It is not charity, ma'am. It is just your husband not only saved the prince, in a way saved my life. And to be quite frank, I lost my wife and child, and seeing you and your child, it reminds me too much. It both brings me joy and sadness at the same time to just be here. It would help me more than it would help you if you just let me.
She sort of dissolves into crying and coughing, and she says, please, I need to be alone.
Hmm.
Thank you for bringing me this information. And she cries and coughs.
Kazor would leave the room with like a low bow, still not looking at her or anyone, just leave the room, go in the hallway.
I just reach out with my hand and touch her on the shoulder, squeeze her a little bit, and walk out of the room as well, without saying anything.
Crash kind of nods to herself. Doesn't reach it or anything, doesn't lend to this person, just kind of says, we'll do what we can for you. I hope sincerely we can be of use to you. And she leaves.
And she cries,
And then
cries and coughs. Go ahead.
he just kind of nods after Crash and just kind of silently leaves.
So you all are standing on the upstairs landing, and in the other room you hear Sheben and Brenta basically playing. You hear the sounds of, you hear Grenta saying, that's a circle.
Oh.
And you hear Sheben saying, poo poo, poo poo. You hear them in the other room. So yeah, you could go in there, you could go downstairs, you could rob their house.
Always an option.
He's not robbing this house.
No.
Not yet.
As we leave the
Yeah.
house, I leave a little pouch somewhere on a side table or something with 50 gold coins in it.
What's up? Wait. Do you think Cazador would be kind of near you or see you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Like, Cazador would see you do this and just like kind of like a glint appear in his eye, and he nods to you. May I? Walks over
Sorry,
to you.
just waving to my son. He's going
Oh,
away.
okay. I thought you were saying Cazador was far up. Like, oh,
Sorry.
you're good. You're good. Uh, oh, that marvelous idea. Uh, may I give 50 gold as well? Make it just an even 100.
Or she-
Thank you. Wow.
Okay. I guess
Do
we
you
head out.
you put it in the living room?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get an updated gold count. I think I had 473 for Cazador last time.
And 423 right now.
Yeah. So 423 for Kaz. Baz had 0. Miki has 424.
I have 404.
Ah.
Let's go.
Um and Rollin, what do you got left?
250.
What?
250.
250?
Yeah.
And Crash?
I got nothing.
Oh yeah.
Group
Nice.
fund also has 100 plat.
100 plat in the group fund, baby.
Mm.
All right.
I forgot about the group fund.
Thanks for carrying everything, Miki.
Yeah, thank you.
I
That's-
have a separate. I'm putting everything in group fund in a quiver, technically.
Who's
You-
this? Oh, this is our accountant.
Hmm.
So you put the two bags of gold in the living room on the way out the front door, and you find yourself standing again on this quiet street near the water with the clapboard houses around you, and I guess it's on to the next thing, or
What
maybe.
time is it?
Oh, it's about let's see, you left the castle around 1:30. It took a couple hours to walk there. So I'd say it's probably about 4 p.m. at this point.
Okay. I did not like that at all. And I do want to help Moria, but I'm unsure on how to proceed next. Do you guys still want to go to what's it called? The Mage College? Or do you guys want to take a rest? What do you
I
guys
would
want?
maybe save that for the morning. If I don't know, maybe the group's feeling different, but that's where I'm leaning.
I'm in due for a good long rest.
We're all still kind of covered in blood.
Yeah.
Cazador, he's not really in his usual lighthearted demeanor. He's still pretty down and just kind of constantly looks like if he's not talking, he's just like thinking, like thinking very hard. Um, when Rollin says that, he kind of snaps out of it and kind of looks at him and nods his head. I I think I need to lay down. Right? That sounds, yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
let's go ahead and see if we can stay somewhere.
Mhm.
Right. We have rooms in the castle. I was wondering if y'all wanted to stay in them. I mean, it's a 2-hour walk back.
Go ahead.
Kazor nods, not saying nothing.
Yeah,
As
I'm
a
good.
member of the household from Massover, do we have, I don't know, any spare rooms somewhere in the nobles' quarters?
You would be able to stay at the Mussover compound. It's a vast complex of mansions and meadows. But yeah, Mussover has quite a presence in the castle right now. He's brought a lot of his guards into the castle to help the prince out. So yeah, you could stay at the Mussover Manor. It not necessarily, you know, Rollin might stay in a different building than the main manor, but you could head there. You could head back to your rooms at the castle. Up to you.
If you guys don't want to go all the way back to the castle, we have some space we could use at the Massover mansion, which should be a little nearer to where we are now.
Kazor kind of looks up at Crash and Mickey and says, Whatever is fine for me. I don't mind."
Yeah, it's about the same distance to the Mussover compound as it is to the castle. So
Oh, dang.
it's more about where you want to sleep, I suppose.
Whatever suits you guys. Want to head back to the castle?
Is Mickey looking into the air?
No, that's me thinking about can we do anything?
We can get dinner. We can. It's so funny to prep for like life stuff for D&D characters. It's like, guess we'll go to bed.
But I'm not tired.
Well, players always ask me for downtime.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
4 p.m. I could always have a giant monster jump out of the room and attack you.
Oh no.
Oh,
Now I
no.
know.
Oh no.
But yeah, you've got a whole city at your fingertips, and it's 4 p.m. So you could do anything your heart desires, or you could go to bed.
In that case, Roland goes, I need a drink.
Yeah,
How about you guys?
I drink after everything that's happened today sounds like good. We should probably keep the important things on the DL. We don't know if the higher ups want that being public knowledge quite yet.
Well, it looks like based on the votes, you guys don't want to go to bed yet.
No
Uh,
nap time.
I think it would be nice to stay somewhere less officious. I don't know. Feel like I've been sleeping in perfectly constructed rooms for a minute. Though to be fair, I don't really sleep. Which maybe makes it worse because I just have to look at the room. Let's go somewhere. I feel like
Yeah.
we need to give this a second. I feel like I don't know, y'all you'll need some time to process. Let's stay in.
There's this inn that I know that I have good memories of in a past life called the Broken Plowshare.
Snap.
There's the Broken Plowshare. There's if you're thinking about places to get a drink, there's the Towering Mine, which is pretty popular spot in the Chop. And there are other taverns and such around the Travelers District, along with the Broken Plowshare. And of course, with you being here, there's anything else of particular interest in the city that isn't closed by the time you get to it?
I'm gonna be right back, y'all.
Okay. No rush. Hmm.
I'm fine with going to a tavern you mentioned, Mickey.
Yeah, the Broken Plowshare. They probably won't remember me, but I have fond memories there.
That's good. Sounds fine.
Memories.
Yeah.
Let's over to that tavern and have a drink.
Mhm.
All right. We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Cool.
And when we come back, we will go to the Broken Plowshare.
Nice.
I'll see you at 13 past the hour.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey.
All right, so you trek back across the bridge over the river to the eastern half of town to the Travelers District. The weight of the world on your shoulders, and a great time for a drink. And you make it to the Travelers District, and it's about 5:30, 5:45 when you get there. It's still a little early, but there are plenty of workers from the docks district that have come to drink. Um, there are people from all over the world that don't have much better to do than hang out. So there are people there. And there are plenty of inns and taverns of all sorts in the Travelers District. But one of the largest is an inn that has a sign over it with a broken plowshare, the picture of a plowshare broken. And you know that this is the broken plowshare. In fact, Miki has been there before and knows it well. So will you enter?
Cazador will enter kind of fast a little bit. Just a wee bit.
And the exterior of the tavern, it's a large wooden building, and there are some paintings of farm-related things around the door, around the entrance, particularly stacks of hay. And when you enter the tavern, you see real hay bales tossed about in various places, giving this rustic and farmy vibe to an otherwise pretty normal wooden tavern. And it's mildly populated in there. Let me get some appropriate music for your change in venue. Uh-huh. There we go. I think there's even a more, yeah, we're gonna put on, there we go. Put on the tavern ambiance too. And hear some people talking. Let's see here. Gotta get my sound man in here. I'm gonna turn up my volume a little bit. I want to hear this. I want to hear this tavern. I don't want to describe a tavern. I want to hear it. I want to hear a tavern. I'm gonna turn up my volume here. Oh yeah, that's good. That's perfect. All right. So yeah, you enter this tavern. There's bales of hay tossed around. There's wooden tables, sparsely populated, some workers drinking, some velvet wearing out of towners drinking. You see a woman behind the bar with an eye patch. She's a big lady, and you see an even bigger guy standing near a staircase that goes upstairs, and he's just eyeing everyone. Seems to be looking for anybody who's trying to cause trouble. There's a small woman in a hooded cloak that's sitting near the large guy who's standing there eyeing everyone. And there's also There's also a young bard playing music in the corner. Kind of a youngish human with dark stringy hair and he's plucking away at a cittern. Oh, I have some cittern music to play. I do love that cittern music. There's this young guy messing around with a cittern on the other side of the room. They have citterns in where you live, right, Frank?
Yeah, we do.
Like folk music instrument in that
A
region.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I never heard of it till I played me some D&D.
Cool.
So yeah, there's this young guy playing a cittern on the other side of the room. Hay bales everywhere. Big woman with an eye patch behind the bar. What are you all up to?
Kazor's he's gonna go to the bar and just ask the woman, hello, barkeep. What is your strongest drink that you have here? Something that will lay me out in no time.
My strongest drink, you say?
Yes.
You look a little down in the mouth, sir. You're
Mm,
thinking about something, aren't you? You want something washed from your mind.
yes, immediately, preferably.
Yes. Let old Ula help you with that now. And she reaches under the bar and puts something on the counter that looks a bit like moonshine. And
Oh, let's go.
some private stock for you.
Oh, like Kazor is just gonna like have this kind of relief wash over him. It's thank you. You have no idea how much I need this. How much? How much?
Oh, for you, 2 silver.
Oh, thank you. I apologize. I only have gold on me. You can keep change. If I overpay, I overpay. I just
Let's
need
start a
this.
tab. You look like you need more than one drink. I'll put this gold piece aside and we'll just count your drinks against it. What do you say?
I think that sounds pretty nice. Thank you for your hospitality and your understanding.
Are you all near Kaz or is he alone?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we'd all post up.
Yeah.
Well, all of you are looking the worse for wear. Is that some blood on your shirt or did you just sneeze funny? How about some food, eh?
That'd
Hey,
be lovely.
Carl, we got some beat up looking people out here need some food. And you hear from the kitchen, you hear, all right, okay. And she looks at you all.
Kazor is just going to town on the drink.
Roland as well. He just tucks it in, chucks it in, and looks around to see if there's any nearby table which is free. We can sit at.
Sorry, say that one more time.
There's a free table somewhere around.
Oh yeah.
We can, yeah. So I see a table and I just point at it and go like, I'm gonna head over and sit over there.
And she says, all right, I got chickens for all of you. Fill you up good. Just give Carl a minute and we'll have some chickens out to you. And
Sounds good.
she winks at Kaz and says, share that with your friends if you want.
Oh, I thank you. I would try. I would try my best.
And she pulls up some ale for the rest of you.
Kazor puts the bottle in the center of the table. He's gonna go back to the place where you get cups and just get like 4 cups, one for each. He's gonna bring it back and propose to everyone. Well, if we're going to drink, why would you all mind if you wanna make it a little competition, see who can handle the most, or because the barkeep said this is the good stuff, the good juju.
I'm down.
Ooh,
I'd
I was
take you up
hoping you
on-
would accept right
You're all gonna have a drinking contest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Using the moonshine.
Yeah.
All right. You start with the first couple rounds.
Can I
And
roll for con or something like that? I want
I'll let you know.
thank you. Okay.
You start with the first couple rounds, the group of you downing the moonshine that burns the back of your throat and up through your nostrils like a strong wasabi or a moonshine. And it burns good after everything you've been through in the day. And after the first couple shots, I'll have you all roll a con save just to see if it hits anybody wrong after such a day that you've had. So everybody give me a con save.
Okay.
Jesus, you have a +9? Oh, jeez. God.
Yep.
He's a
Uh,
barbarian.
Still.
Jake, can I roll deception?
Deception. What's up?
You can.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try my very best. Shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Oof.
It sound like the sound it makes when Crash takes a drink is the sound of pouring something down a drain. I think trying very hard not to show it, all of you clock the thought that Crash probably can't actually get drunk.
that's so sad.
Yeah, you were trying to you're trying to fool him. But you pick up on it. So yeah, you have the first couple rounds and it feels good. There's a warm loosening in your bodies after watching Crash and the Queen explode in a sphere of fire and Crash's face burn off and Aloysius Killshot die and Rollin find out that Greg has died. And so you all keep drinking this jar of moonshine-esque stuff. The chickens are brought out for you, and all 4 of you have a whole bursting, flavorful, oily cooked chicken for you to rip apart as you please whilst guzzling. And I imagine you all take a few more drinks and a few more eats, and I'll take another con save from everybody.
Let's go.
You do have the
Oh.
benefit of the chicken, so
Slightly better.
Ooh.
I guess
Oh,
Ooh.
That's,
Oh,
that's
snap.
not
Ron's
good.
really
That's not
feeling
good.
it.
You're not even
Rollin,
phased.
Rollin, would you
water.
like to describe what what that will mean for you in this context? What that looks like in this context?
Just a regular day at the office, I guess. There's nothing much happening. I'm just pouring down my drink, going to town on the chicken, and I'm not bothered with anything.
Cazador is kind of
Rollin's thick, juicy muscles flex in flickering torchlight as he tears the chicken apart, biting it with his barbarous teeth, and he throws.
Oil dripping down my beard.
Yeah, he's in his element right now. This is Rollin living his best life. The chicken juice dripping down him, and yeah, the moonshine is doing nothing to him. He's just and tearing into it. But the memory of Moria curled up coughing in her bed is a little bit less sharp now. Kaz, you're gonna say something?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, Kezra's just looking at Crash and Raylan, just like wondering if that's just water for them. Like if they like switch it out for water, he's just looking at them in disbelief. And looking over at Mickey and being like, oh, okay.
Mickey just has her cheeks full with like chicken, and she's just drinking. She's like, "I like this." Just that full like, I'm just eating and trying to be happy.
Kezra is just straight drinking. He's not even touched the chicken.
I think Crash at this point is drinking when Kaz is looking, because it seems like Kaz hasn't caught on, but she stopped drinking because she doesn't want to run y'all out of a thing that she can't really enjoy, and she is not eating the chicken.
Because that would actually be hilarious to scam people like that. Hey, drink contest.
That could work.
All right, so while you guys are enjoying this food, this weird little guy comes by. I guess he's human, but he's pretty small, and he's wearing a leather hood, and he comes up to the group of you, and he says, "Any of y'all want to play dice?"
Sure. Why not?
And he holds up some dice in his hands, and he says, "It's simple. What I roll affects what you roll. What you roll affects what I roll, and the winner gets all the gold." And he takes a gold piece out of his cloak and puts it on the table. "One gold piece. Who wants to play?"
I'll play.
I'll go with this too.
Kazor would just sit back and watch.
Hey,
Or
Kaz,
drink.
can you lend me a gold piece?
Absolutely. Kazor, he gives her a gold piece. And he's just gonna look. He's intrigued, very intrigued by this. Just gonna watch and drink.
All right, so Crash, Miki, Rollin, and the guy each put up one gold piece in the middle of the table, and then the little fellow goes, "All right, it's time. I'm gonna roll first, and what I roll affects what you roll, affects what I roll. Are you ready?" And
Go.
Sure.
he rolls 4 dice in the middle of the table.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I
not
got
bad.
3 4s. You see, with that 6. So if you want to beat me, you got to show me how 2 of your dice add up to 12 twice. Let's see what you got. And he points at each of you, and he hands you the same dice that he rolled with, 4d6.
Hmm. All right. Miki just rolls them and hopes they add up. Yeah, because I can't do anything to change it.
Well, that's an 11 and an 8. None of that's a 12. Well, you're out.
Oh well.
Who's gonna win her money? Me or you? Or you?
Hey,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Gabba.
Gaba? All right. Here, give me the dice.
Gabba
I
Dan.
hand over the dice.
Of
Nice.
the day.
All right.
My name's Gabba Dan. What's your
Wait.
name?
My
Wait.
name is Crash.
Damn!
I rolled real bad. Gaba damn.
Gabba Dan.
Dan.
Dan. Oh, okay.
Oh, Crash.
Yeah.
That was a 1 and a 2. Is that 12?
No. Right?
Because we're just kind of visibly going a little bit. You're just kind of giggling.
Ow.
I saw it. I saw a 12. I swear I saw it.
Cazador, please pace yourself.
That ain't a 12, that's a 3.
I went to school, sir.
Fancy man, you look like you got the most money here. Why ain't you playing?
Sir, I'm enjoying my time.
Enjoying your time means gambling money. All right, Rollin, it's your turn to roll.
Yeah, I grabbed the dice and let me just check real quick.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Let's see.
How do I change this from a
Excuse
one?
me, it's so dusty in here with all the hay.
How do I change it to a 4d6?
Just click on the dice another couple times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh wow, simple as that. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. My first time was super confusing too.
Ooh.
Well, looks like I got all your money.
Oh, yeah.
And Gaba grabs the 3 gold pieces in with his and starts counting them in his hand and playing with them. Yeah, this will keep me in ale for 2 weeks. Put it in his pocket.
Gaba Dan, that's a good amount of money. Are you okay? Why spend so much?
Don't you worry about me, lady. You worry about why you can't roll the dice.
The dice roll themselves. All right, just
I
hope the
got
best for you,
magic
Gaba.
fingers.
Hey, Gabadan. Do you mind if I join the game now?
Oh, you want to play again now that I won? I won the game.
I mean, you got four
You all want
gold?
to play again? You
4
want me
gold?
to put up my 4 gold against you?
Yeah, I'll drop 4 gold. 4 for 4.
Hey, street prices.
4.
I can't resist the gambling bug. Oh,
Have a little fun, buddy. Have a little fun.
you roll first.
Okay.
I bet you can't get 3 of the same number.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh, 1.
Well,
Yeah.
you leave out the 6 like I did on the last one. That's an 8.
Ooh, the stats are against you.
The stats are in my favor, rich man.
No, it's like golfing. The lower number. Oh.
Looky there. I'm a winner.
Jesus.
Yeehaw.
Gabadan.
He takes
Gabadan the man. Gabadan the man.
and he looks at his 8 gold now and he's like, ah, I'm gonna buy some tobacco.
Baggy.
He puts 4 gold in each pocket now, and he said, y'all are real unlucky people.
Only
Looks
the
like it.
unluckiest.
You can say that again.
Gaba Dan, you want some of my moonshine? I'm
Nasty habit, drinking.
What the fuck did you say to me?
And then he heads over to the bar.
Damn. We gotta get that guy to join our party.
Gabadan the man.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Like Kazor is still awake, and even though he doesn't have much body fat, is putting up a good fight.
So it's time for another round of con saves if y'all are continuing the drinking contest with each other. At
Oh
least
yeah.
the three of you who are affected by alcohol.
Oh, that was my roll.
Huh.
All right.
Oh, sweet.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you're all still safe on the third round. Obviously, the drinks are adding up, but they're in you. Now, do the three of you want to continue against
Yes.
the big sweaty Raylan who has sweat dripping down his face? He's taking the big guy over by the staircase is eyeing you for as you're drinking and eating and stuff. And Gabadan is over by the bar, and he's just finished drinking 2 mugs of lager. And you see him waving his arms around under his hood. You know, he's got his like leather hood. You see him waving his arms and drinking up a storm over there. You hear, yeah, I did. Won that money off that rich guy right over there. Drinks are on me, buddy. So, all right, let me get another round of con saves.
Let's go.
Oof.
Come on. Another 13? Oh my god. How am I getting a 13 with a +9?
All three of you, you down 2 shots in a row, looking at each other, feeling the camaraderie together. You down another one, and all three of you feel it at the same time. And just this cascade of nausea from head to toe, the room starting to spin. It's like when you're trying to get high or drunk and it's not working, so you keep doing more and more to try to make it work, and then all of a sudden it just boom hits you, and the room is spinning, and all three of you are about to barf in 4, 3, 2.
Crash is just gonna take 2 steps back.
I tried to
Zero.
avoid my chicken.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Oh, bro, I forgot the chicken was.
The chicken's gotta be demolished at this point.
That's true.
He barfs on the floor. Rollin and Kaz barf on each other. Crash steps back from the clearly queasy people. And the big guy who's been eyeing you steps up to the table with a bucket and a mop, and pushes the mop at Rollin and grunts. Steps back over to the wall.
Just grab the mop.
Ron, you don't have to. I'm the only sober one of us. Come on, give it to me.
Here you go.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a real awkward one-armed
Cazador, he's gonna like is there like not really napkins but anything you can use to wipe down on the table? Like a rag or like
You can ask for one.
oh Cazador would um ask for one. Yeah, I get a raw
So you go to the bar and the lady with the eye patch, she says, "Ah, you went and barfed on Ula Gale's floor.
alright.
What? Sure, whatever you need to clean it up. You people must have had a real hard day, huh?
Hey, yeah. No, yeah.
Did the chicken
I don't
taste
know.
better going down or coming up?"
I know chicken.
Did Miki hear this?
Yeah, she's got a loud voice.
Yeah, Miki just minor illusions kind of right near them. It was good coming down.
Like, ah, someone's doing magic in my tavern.
Maybe you're drunk.
Take the rag, no more barfing, no more
Hey,
vomiting.
thank you. Sorry,
Up
ma'am.
to get out of the hay.
Oi. Okay. Kezer's going to take the rag and he's going to look at Raylan. He's going to be like, I'm sorry. I'll wipe it off. He's going to get up to, obviously, he's like getting up to go over to Rollin and wipe him off. But as soon as he gets like his weight off of the chair, he collapses on the ground and just kind of like is just there now.
Can I roll dexterity to see if I can make the bucket move out of his path in time? I feel like he's gonna land right on it if I don't do something.
Let's go.
Either he lands on the bucket or my puke.
All right, here's my +1 dex. Cool.
Let's go.
Cass, no. Horrible.
You don't save it. He falls on the bucket spills on him. Before you know it, the really big guy is back over and standing over you, and this time he looks down at the three of you and says, "You've had enough. Clean it up."
I'm working on it. Cass, you gotta move.
At this
Okay.
point, it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. You've been eating and drinking and playing and gambling, and the bar is a lot more filled up from when you originally went in there. And people are kind of giving you a look. People are looking at you. You're a little close to people now. You know, people are standing up near your table, and you're standing and sitting near it, and you're kind of under people's foot, and the bard is playing cittern music on the other side of the room, the skinny guy with dark hair, young guy, and he looks at you all and shakes his head and keeps playing.
Cazador, he tries to move, but what he does is more like so he was on his face, but now he just flopped over on his back and now he's just kind of like out of it. He tried to move, but he flopped. And now he's just there.
Miki's gonna mage hand to move his face so that he doesn't, if he throws up again, he doesn't choke himself out. And then she's also gonna use the mage hand to kind of help clean up after themselves. After giving like Kaz like a little pat, be okay on the back
Just
shoulder.
keep
There
cleaning.
you go.
Roland is leaning on the table, crouching down a little, and just gently taps Cazador in his face, like, "You okay? You still with us?"
What?
He's out.
Who's
He's
out?
gone. You are.
I'm here. I'm not gone.
Kaz, how many fingers am I holding up?
Are you holding him up?
Yeah, Kaz.
Oh. Oh wait, I'm actually going to roll a con save for that. Or no, perception. Yeah, perception. Oh dang, 3.
All right.
3.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
you can handle this. I'm gonna grab you by the scruff of your neck and kind of twist you onto your seat.
Thank you.
You're
That's where
good.
he uses the rag. I'm sorry, Robin. He just wipes himself off to the
All right.
best of his ability.
I'm gonna move this away from our table and I'll take the bucket. I'll get y'all waters or something. One sec.
Thank you.
Head on.
Oh,
And as you're putting away the bucket, Crash, Ula says to you, looks like you shouldn't be traveling tonight. You want to take a room here at the Broken Plowshare?
Oh God, I feel bad since it's my friend's money, but yeah, probably.
I've read thriller books before. That's how we die. No,
No.
no,
What? What are you talking about?
the books, the
Books?
books,
What books?
the books. You know what books? The books. They stay at a tavern, and then the barkeep kills them. I've seen it before.
The barkeep.
Books. Yes, or the janitor with a spooky past.
You mean the big guy over there?
Who's he?
I don't know.
Okay,
He
I
was
don't.
just eyeballing us.
He was. That's him in the books. That's always how it happens.
I
We're
think
eyeballed, and then we're
No,
we're
they're nice.
isolated.
I come back carrying 3 mugs of water with like one arm. And I'm like, all right, Kaz, I promised them like 3 gold, 4 gold. That chill. I feel that.
Alright,
Cool.
good, good. What was the goal for?
Rooms. We can't move out. I can't take y'all anywhere.
What do you mean? I can still walk?
Yeah, say
Oh,
I
And
can
then
walk home.
I just
If
wither
I
down
help you, you'll
back in the
crush
chair.
me.
Hmm. Oh, I had an idea, a brilliant one. Okay, so I have an idea. My idea is maybe in Blade Song, I can walk, and then I can walk to the castle.
To the
I'm gonna try
castle.
it.
Do it
I'm,
right now. Show
I'm
me.
gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
Show me your capability.
So when you brought over the chicken, is there like a butter knife, or not butter knife, but like some kind of knife, like eating utensil?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. He's gonna grab like that, and he's gonna like start to do blade song. Do you want me to roll for anything, or do you want to?
Well,
What happens?
Blade Song is just bonus action. You go into Blade Song, unless you are trying to do a particular thing.
He's just trying to get up and walk right now with the blade song.
Okay. Well, I want to hold this thought here because
Okay.
we are past our time.
Oh,
And
snap.
we're gonna pick up next time with y'all drunk in the tavern, except for one. So we're gonna do some checkouts. We'll find out what going into Blade Song with the chicken knife looks like next time. Raise your hand if you have inspiration. Well, I don't need to give any out then. What did you like about the session? What did you like that another person did? And what do you want to do in the morning when you wake up hungover as fuck? Zach, why don't you kick us off?
I uh so I really liked this session. Kind of seemed like really good role play, like really good. Like Crash got to go into a little more depth about who she is, introduce herself to Rollin, and Cazador got the kind of go have like a flashback that he's not had in a long time and kind of react to it. I like the drinking game. That was amazing. And just like poetic, all three of us failing at the same time. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that session. It was really good, especially with Rollin also just kind of like being in character with the knowing Moria and stuff like that, and kind of dedicating to that whole like we were like really close friends, but he hadn't like kind of seen him in a while, which was cool because it reminds me of my best friend. Like we're best friends, but sometimes we go like a year or two without seeing each other. And something I enjoy that other person did, uh, I really enjoyed. Like, there was a lot. Uh, I'm just going to say Rollin for the completely accurate um reaction to Crash and her whole backstory and all that of just like dying, like because I didn't think about it before, but when she mentioned dying, like Rollin just feeling like, you died? You die when you die.
What?
Yeah,
What?
it was awesome. I didn't even think about it, didn't remember, and it was cool. And what do I want to do in the morning? Uh, probably apologize profusely to the barkeep and to that big muscular guy, and honestly just kind of chill out with the group, going to the mages um college, and that's all I can really think about.
All right. Eve.
Oh my. It was fun to in real time kind of forget both in character and out of character that Rollin didn't know my deal. Um, that was a fun thing to be like, shit, real quick. Uh, I I liked the little hints about Parvus. I liked the depth to which Moria's home was described. I feel like what was a truly wild bit for us to be like, we love this guy. This is our favorite NPC became it came to life. It was so beautiful. He has a family. Um, truly harrowing in the sense that it was both very funny and very sad. Um, I loved for the thing I liked that another person did, I liked Rollins acting throughout that whole thing. I feel like there was some good role play moments there. I liked the connection between you and Moria and this family. And I think Kaz's reaction was also really cool. I feel like it was neat seeing some kind of emotions come out of him. And I liked the pull from Miki to be like, all right, let's all get shit faced. Like that's the best solution to this. Um, I Fia's. I need to see Fia. I want to go to this mage college. I'm very excited to pick my spells. I have a sneaking suspicion Gaba is gonna steal from us. I feel like, might be off base there, but I got a really strong vibe that someone screams, I got money from this rich guy.
Yep. Oh,
Nothing bad's gonna happen.
I get
Mm,
scared.
we'll be fine. Yeah.
All right, Frank.
well, I also did like the whole role playing throughout the whole session, I guess. I think we were all pretty good in character. Um, so I wasn't sure where everything was headed, but I think I played along okay, and all of you guys really did well with Moria in that whole scene as well. And it's fun to hear that some that a little NPC grew out to something much bigger. So that's cool. I did also really like the way you, Jake, played Greta, Greg's mother. That was fun. I like that a lot. And about the next thing to do, we'll probably just wash up a little bit. I think we're still smelling like puke and all. And after that, probably go to the Mage College. And well, obviously, Roland would like to go to Parfuse in search for his, I don't know, medicine or something.
Yeah, that lichen.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm liking that lichen.
Yep.
I'm a lycanthrope. All right, and Alex.
Yeah. So I really liked this session. I liked the whole Moria scene. I liked, kind of stepping back and letting Roland kind of interact with them a little bit more with Moria and Greta. Grenta?
Brenda.
Grenta. I liked seeing that. I loved seeing Jake just full on commit to Grenta, just doing the whole old lady walk and then leaving the room and coming back 5 seconds later.
With the memory, the muscle memory and stuff. Yeah.
I love that. I loved how you took a joke, like an NPC we named as a joke, and fleshed out this whole backstory of like, oh, he has a sick wife and he has a newborn daughter, and it's just so heartbreaking. But I love it so much. Yeah, I loved Kaz just fully committing to the drunk bit. I love that. And yeah, things I want to do in the morning. Probably yeah, clean up, check out the Mage College, and depending how that goes, maybe try to sell the daggers slash, because we may not have it. I don't know if will have another. Oh, yeah, we probably will have another chance. Never mind.
Which daggers? Normal daggers or
The 8 daggers that she got from me.
all the
Ethan.
daggers?
Yeah.
All the normal daggers you're carrying around?
Yeah.
I mean, they're good for throwing,
They are.
Yeah. Well, good times. As in only my very favorite D&D sessions, DMing D&D sessions, I almost made myself cry doing the family. So that's always good for me. That I always enjoy that when we're in the story. And yeah, the moment that almost made me cry was when the baby came in and the happiness sort of hit the sadness, or the joy of the baby ran into the sadness. And yeah.
Tough. Yeah.
That was very heartbreaking.
It was.
Yeah.
So I love when we're telling a story together, we're having a seance. That's my favorite part of D&D is creating something together. So that was really cool and fun to go back to the Plowshare and see those characters and see how Miki might interact with them, having met them in a past life. Yeah, I'm excited for what will happen next, and I really like the relationships that you all are building between your characters. It's a really important part of D&D. Like a lot of these online games are just bunch of monsters come in, we all kill them. Okay, there's the next monsters. So it's nice creating this world together, and it makes me happy. So
Sweet.
1 week from today. Oh, I have a question. Would you all mind starting 20 minutes earlier?
No.
That'd be
I
Fine
wouldn't
with
mind.
me.
Frank's the one that's got to get up the earliest, so
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah.
I'm awake at that point with the little boy running around, so that's fine.
No.
All right, let's do it. Let's start 20 minutes earlier. So 11 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central European Standard Time, 1 a.m.
Yes.
Texas. I mean, 20 minutes earlier has to be good for the 1 a.m. folks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, good game, everybody. I'll see you in 1
Okay.
week at 11 instead of 11:20.
all right.
Yeah.
See y'all
Sounds
then.
good.
Thanks for the session.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
too.
Have a nice day.
Bye. I've
Bye-bye.
never been drunk before. That was pretty fun to roleplay being drunk. I'm not sure how close
Hey,
I
you did
was,
pretty
but
good.
oh,
You
thank
did
you.
good.
Nobody never been drunk.
Oh, thank you. Imagination. Bye, guys.
Exactly.
Bye.